and final action here. We are in the winner bracket final. It's Team OG going against Team EHOME. We're getting ready to hop into game number 2. Game number 1 was a drafting treat to watch from EHOME. We may not have been able to recognize all of it during the draft, but once you saw it in motion, it was a beaut. You're talking about Legion Commander, of course, providing the extra attack speed, the alacrity, all on the bear, the outspam for the Chen creeps. Lanham, the guy's he's pretty smart.
It's cool to see all the different teams, like, and they all have a different approach to the Spirit Bear. You had Alliance who were doing like the Juggernaut healing mode with the bear. Now we're seeing the press the attack and the alacrity with the bear. We've had teams, I think it was EG when they played the Ogre Magi, like they did the Bloodlust. I don't know if they had the Spirit Bear that game, but it's the same kind of thing. Like there's so many different combos you can do to beef up the Spirit Bear, and just picking alone Druid alone, the bear can be kind of dealt with, but not when you give it all these cool buffs.
Now we have a draft underway for game number 2. Let's go ahead and hop into it, and we can see what kind of change-up we can see in the draft. There we go. Okay. So EHOME again got to ban out the Wisp here against OG, but it will be OG with the first pick, and they want to get Earth Spirit here. They're banning out the Lone Druid. They banned out the Faceless Void. Will EHOME go against it? 100% win rate for both of these teams with the hero. You're talking about Kaka, who I believe is number 2 ranked Dota buff Earth Spirit player with about 90 games or so, and then Crit, who is just Crit God. Both very accomplished.
Crit seems to be able to just pick up anything. Like last game we saw, I would say that was like one of the better champ performances we've seen during MDL, despite the fact they lost anyways. So very flexible, and they decide to leave it in the pool. So EHOME make this decision, wanting to ban out the Venge instead.
I have confidence in Lanham that he was suspecting this was to happen.
For sure.
And maybe they're going to plan to open it with a Bat Rider. I mean, they only banned the Vengeful Spirit, so I'm already thinking they're going to get a Bat Rider +1. Maybe, oh no, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see what the follow-up's going to be. And then OG, a team that will be glad to go to the Oracle. Fly plays it a lot.
Yeah, the Bat +1 here. So they've got 11's hero. The +1 likely to be something like a Witch Doctor. Just like your standard kind of 5-position support. I don't think they want to reveal too much, unless they want to get the Invoker, which may be a hero they have to get in the first stage. Or they're scared of OG second picking it.
Death Prophet right away.
Yeah,
for them, they do go for it pretty often. I believe it's 7 games coming into this matchup, and
with
they're 5-2 with Death Prophet. So they've been playing it a lot.
The one surprising thing out of OG's draft for me in game 1 was that they didn't prioritize the Invoker in the first stage, because that's been kind of their ongoing go-to mid-hero for Miracle, and something they normally commit to in the first stage. Oh, Nightstalk with the bat. That's the Chinese flavor.
That's so much control.
Yeah, you see everything, and it sets up for the Bat Rider. It's one of those things, like the vision that this hero gives you. It's either the counter to the Bat Rider, or it's just a great hero in tandem with the Bat Rider. So
definitely restricts the hero pool a bit here for OG. You get the silence that works beautifully against Earth Spirit. You got to have a silence somewhere, and then just the fact that these two heroes are in the battlefield, if you will. OG are just going to be a bit more nervous. Once the blink timing comes together for Bat, once darkness falls, you're going to see a very hesitant team, and a very confident EHOME knowing that they can, have that kind of control. And really no surprise on this one. OG very, very happy to take on 6.86, and they're going to be getting the Oracle.
First stage Oracle. Still, like, no reliable stuns between the two supports. The Boulder Smash is something, it's like the skill shot where you've got to land it to benefit from it. So having limited control against a Bat Rider could be a bit of an issue at times. Even though you can counter out the lasso, just having him nape up your entire team Firefly and Flame Break all over them is, I mean, Bat Rider's happy enough just to do that. So a lot of teams, even when there's a Bat Rider, I mean, OG's in that the small group of teams, I'd say, that will actually counter it with the Oracle immediately. Other teams are like, let's get an Oracle later if it's still there, but it's not our #1 priority. They'd rather grab their core hero or like an offlaner, like a Darkseer or something in that second pick slot.
5 seconds remaining.
OG for now just support you are picked up, which makes it hard for EHOME to know what's coming their way. But from what I've seen, EHOME just pick to their own lineup, their own strength, rather than ever care too much about what their opponents have.
They do ban out the Viper, so looking to kind of make things a touch easier here for Miracle in the mid lane. Could still go for, Invoker / OD, a couple of favorable grabs. Hell, they could be the team to pick up the Death Prophet, and then they could put Miracle into the safe lane to farm something up.
I see some Silencer, man. You get a Silencer on the side of EHOME.
I always preach about Silencer versus Earth Spirit.
Against Earth Spirit too? Yeah.
I mean, if then there's someone to do it, it's Lanham. I mean, it's on record.
He's not playing Chen now, so...
Whenever I play Spirit and I see a Silencer, it is the worst.
Yep.
Absolute worst.
Silence can wreck the Earth Spirit, and it also prevents the Oracle False Promise when your Batrider goes in for a lasso. You just instantly global, and guess what? There's your lasso kill.
And then the new curse, they both spam a lot of spells all the time. Oracle, low mana cost, low cooldown. Like, that would just cripple them, but we'll see. I have confidence in Lanham, like I said before, with the draft he already pulled out in game number 1. I'm sure this man knows what he's doing.
Small little correction. It's actually been Old Chicken doing the drafting for the team. I'm sure Lamb's involved. It's they've always been a team when I've watched them here at the summit and stuff. They're always grouped up, huddled together, discussing very actively during the draft. So I can only imagine Lamb has a lot of input, but Old Chicken is the one actually making this.
Lamb's got that veteran experience.
Yeah,
he knows all those counters from back in the day, and it is going to be the Death Prophet for him. And as I said, a top 2 pick that they've been going with in this tournament so far.
Invoker's still in the pool, so OG can grab that for themselves here, and they don't have to pick it now. They can pick it 4th if they want, but doesn't really influence too much whether it's a 3rd or 4th pick.
Crit's Earth Spirit is very proactive, and specifically typically proactive in the mid lane, so they're going to go for the Invoker here, and I would be curious to EHOME. They might need someone to kind of assist. Remember, we found the success against an Earth Spirit when MMY went that Sven and was able to kind of shut him down from getting any sort of jump. It did work for him in the long run of the series, but I'm curious if EHOME might consider taking that approach. But Night Stalker is not really one to,
Yeah, he kind of needs to be that hero, though.
By the time he can, it's too late, though. The first Nightfall is... Earth Spirit should hopefully have a kill or 2 by then if he's reaching his quota.
Feels like their other support needs to be the just safe lane support to secure some farm for CTY, unless CTY is going to be left alone. It could be someone that has a TP and TP's mid should the Death Prophet find herself in trouble. But for now, they want to secure the CTY Juggernaut. He went 2-0'd yesterday, Vici Gaming, with this hero, and I imagine EHOME feel very confident in their ability to win games.
It was nice to see in that one game his throwback to the Mask of Madness SNY build-up, too. It's very, very fight-intensive. But here offers great mid-game, good sustain, and obviously a way to thwart all the hefty magical damage.
Yeah, good against the Earth Spirit in general. You can Blade Fury when you get magnetized and just kind of run away, and even just Blade Fury TPing out of there, like you haven't got nothing to go through a Blade Fury TP at the moment.
Reserve time.
Outside the lasso, they don't have any sort of hard lockdown, but a good couple of silences, which might be enough control to kind of handle the extra aggressive Earth Spirit. So seems like they got some ducks in a row here. Go back to OG now. 4th grab potential coming out. Support already done. Mid lane already done. We're looking for the Big Daddy. We're looking for the Moon Hero here.
Tidehunter could be quite good.
Very good with, against
tanky.
the Batrider.
I guess you're not great against Omnislash, but like what really is. Nyx is a hero he plays a lot of, but I'm not. Nyx is good for like the high ground defense when they come pushing, looking to break towers. You can just kind of sit around, throw your mana burns, throw your impales, be that initiator. But whatever his hero is, it's going to be that kind of more tanky frontline initiator. I feel this game.
Typically, for Moon, we could always just go back for the classic. Oh no, they banned it out. The Moon Shaker.
Ooh,
Spirit Breaker. All right, Moon Spirit Breaker here.
Plays a bit of Spirit Breaker. It's like a more single target. It's less team fight though. Is the main thing with this. So it means No-Tail will play that kind of fighting carry that probably adds to their team fight. But I do worry that right now you're looking at single target from the Spirit Breaker, the Oracle. Invoker likely just be off doing his own thing. I don't really look at OG and think, oh, they can fight really well into this Death Prophet draft. But single target's always good against Death Prophet because you want to try and burst her down. Make sure you don't get that long duration exorcism off.
Do you think Sven fits that profile? It's been an answer for Death Prophets in other games, but...
That was a really good ban on Dro. I think OG could have gone for like a very kind of cheesy early game. I can't remember who it was. One of the teams we saw do a Dro, like Invoker, like a just push strat against Death Prophet early on and just took the game away really fast.
Might have been OG. They already have 2 games with the Drow, and they're 2-0. So
EHOME did in one of their games, either in the play. They actually ended up losing that game. I think it was against EG, but it felt like a game they should have won. CTY went like Shadow Blade on Dro, and they took it was the game they took Irax at 12 minutes against EG, but went on to lose.
Oh yeah.
And then they won the series still, but it was a game where like that was like the perfect game to kind of be playing a Dro Ranger strat.
10 seconds.
Now we go back to EHOME here, final pick, and they're wager being their Lanham hero here.
Seconds remaining.
What do they feel they're missing here? Something to help cancel the charge, perhaps? Silence is good, but it lacks... They really lack disables at that point.
Yeah.
I think they'd rather like a Rubik type hero or a Lion.
Oh yeah. Lanham line would be nice.
Pogna, okay, it's a classic. It's no
Radiant team
counter to the charge. It's kind of squishy, but
Usually when they pull this out, it's like all-in kind of push.
Yeah.
I don't think I would classify this as really all-in just between the Pugna Death Prophet. Would you?
no, not all in. They go well. They go really well late game. Like your mid to late game fight with Night Stalker vision control, setting up for the Batrider lassos. Death Prophet, Jug both can scale well with items. So this is not all in. But the Pugna works really
The
nicely
ward.
because you can't fight into the ward well as Invoker, and you also heal up your Death Prophet. If they try burst down Death Prophet, you just give him the life drain, heal him up, and he has a much better time as a result.
Team Life Drain here coming out for EHOME, and yeah, that ward is going to be doing a lot of work.
Slug gets picked up. It kind of was like what's left for the fighting carries for No-Tail, and Slug was probably kind of like the best of all.
Very good against the Batrider typically, so if you got to have packed off any pesky lasso would be nice, or
Prepare for
maybe even
battle.
Decrep, whatever it may be. So he's got purge capabilities that could assist him from getting caught up in too much trouble, and the peaking time for this Slark should suit nicely here. It feels like it might be a lot of pressure between Crit and maybe even Moon to be like the bruisers this game, to have a big early game impact, but we'll have to see. It's EHOME after all, and these guys just really say, we're never going to stop. Okay, it looks like they're going to be flirting on the bottom lane. They're looking to cut off and catch out any sort of off laner from coming in and warding. They already pinged out the Batrider, and he already got his ward down, and it looks like they may have pinpointed where it may be.
Yeah,
and
you can kind of like geolocate it based on how long he was missing, like how long he spent in the jungle before he goes back. You can get a pretty good idea of, he's pinging
I
almost.
think they got it.
Spot on.
And
30
oh my god, they're going to get the
seconds.
other one. This is going to be EHOME with 2 wards down. If
He
they're
needs
able to
that
grab it, can he eat
Tango?
it? He
Yeah.
can. Okay. No obs for EHOME at the start of this game.
Jeez, and that's gold. Like the golden experience is pretty handy too. Invoker already 50 XP, Earth Spirit is 50 XP, so just gets that. For Earth Spirit, getting a faster level 2 makes a big difference. For Invoker, he's going to have the bounty rune, so he's going to be almost instantly level 2, and you get that other D ward from Earth Spirit. Suddenly, there's another 50 to 100 XP depending how many heroes split it.
Look at Moon.
for it.
Oh, quick charge.
He
Trying to
got
bump him back. He actually got it. Double runes. Going to be going for OG.
Double
at the start of this
rune.
one.
Double D ward. That is like the
The dream. Only first blood would have made it with the cherry on top. They didn't get that ward yet, though.
They pinged it so many times. He's gonna wait for maybe confirmation that he didn't block the pull camp and then he'll drop it. But considering how many times No-Tail pinged it, I think he knows where it is.
A lot of people don't really praise Oracle in his laning stage, but his bat, his attack, the attack speed and its range is some of the best
Actually,
in the game.
Gonna go for a lot of early harass
Okay.
here. Is he going for pounce or the passive? Okay, he's going
Guaranteed
pounce.
pounce land. It'll be enough to force out the regen here of bat, but 11 should be able to make it back to the tower just fine.
And very low on regen. Going for this boots first means he's just got the tangos, doesn't have a salve. Makes that lane a lot more difficult for him.
Lanham should be careful. You don't want to get too much into a one-on-one. It's a lot easier, of course, when the Night Stalker is going to be nearby, and he's doing his thing, staying off the radar. But Pugna can be very frail at the start, often seeing Pugnas go right for even power treads, even just to kind of put on some extra mass. And of course, the inevitable DP Force Invoker matchup.
He's baiting.
Oh,
he missed the roll.
no! Swing and a miss.
Okay.
That's, it's a big difference between possibly achieving first blood and not. In that situation, looks like that part would have been fine, but
It was a cool little attempt. I think if he hits it, it may be a kill just based on the alacrity plus cold snap. He was really trying to bait him right in as close as possible, and most importantly, no cold snap yet, but he had the Orb of Venom slow, so the Orb of Venom slow on Death Prophet this early on really kind of cripples her in lane.
11 goes to Fireflight here. Is going to be able
that's
to
a
kind of
pain.
test it out, and yeah.
It's like, why me? Shockwave the... Come on, I'm an offlaner. At least Shockwave the Slack or something.
Satyr likes ground walkers. Not much about the Batrider here. But it does zone him back, even a Fortune's End on the way out.
No-Tail have to back off having taken a lot of damage though, and yeah, they didn't actually get that D-Ward despite seeming to leave.
There's another roll and another miss coming out. I gotta tell you, it's not the easiest thing to land.
no.
The further away, it's any small sidestep and you're gonna look like a fool.
And it's not insta-cast, so there's a lot of kind of trying to predict in your opponent's
Oh, yeah.
movements, and they can mess with you, play mind games, so By no means easy.
It's unfortunate because it's one of those spells that when you miss, it's pretty damn obvious. You could just like roll through the lane and where the hell that guy go?
And it's not just that, yeah, it's obvious, it looks awkward and embarrassing.
Got the Invis, doesn't kick her back, instead just goes for the boulder smash, and look at this double TP's coming out, but they're going to be too late. The damage has already been done, and it's going to be OG claiming your first blood. Lanham will be on the scene to assist and soak up the solo lane XP while he can, and will even plant down the sentry ward here. Looks like there is an Oz, but it's up on the other side. A little too far from home right now. Okay, 11.
That's a
That's how
double
fly
stack
here.
pull camp, but that could very easily and quickly be stolen by a Batrider.
Yeah. He's thirsty for it, but he'll play a bit reserved here. We're getting closer to the first nightfall here, so doesn't feel like EHOME have the potential yet to go on the offensive, but maybe once the Night Stalker gets into his zone, could open up some more opportunities for him. He's been dedicated to the farm. No Iron Talon for him, it looks like now. He's got the simple boots, and he's doing some pull-through action here.
And it seems mostly FY who goes for that more greedy jungle Iron Talon starting item build. We're seeing a bit more laning presence out of like some of the other teams like EHOME as well as DDC from LGD when they play the hero. Oracle going to be here too late to contest this, although it looks like he wants to block the respawn, but needs to be careful because he's got no backup, and here comes Death Prof. I think Fly's just gonna go down here.
I mean, he feels confident because he could purge it off, but yeah, as you see, with Death Prophet able to intercept, it really doesn't matter. But haha, Fly has the last lap now. Taking out the...
Yeah.
So I will even things up 1 for 1, and a nice little freebie there for the mid laner. Well, CTY can make the spin, and on cue, Nightfall, but Moon quick on the trigger. Oh! Random with the setup, with the blast. Nicely done.
His positioning, that is incredible. He knows the charge is going mid, and he had himself in position to snipe that kill. That is sick.
Good shutdown there.
You know,
Pugna having
normally
to
think
take
of
the
Pugna
early
as a
kill.
hero to make flashy plays, but that was something else.
Definitely credit to Lanham being able to find the proper positioning on that one, and we'll wait for the camp to spawn up now. We check over the CS. King CS belonging to Jug at 31 and 15, and other than that, Invoker is outmatching in the meantime, but they are looking to approach him right now. Continue with the Nightfall right here. They're making a move for Miracle, but they're not going to be able to get it. Crit's going to be there as bodyguard, and Fly even shows up. 3-on-3 right now with Lanham making his appearance. Commits the Void. Crit. Blast going to be there. Big damage, but there's the roll. Oh, yep. You can't disjoint an auto attack like that with the roll, and it will catch up to him. And Lanham, 2 kills now on this Pugna.
Easy. Level 4 already. He's got boot stick, 350 gold. That's a
Soften up this tower a
amazing
little
stat,
bit.
Yeah.
Very nice. Up the clarity. 2-1-1 build up for him. So yeah, keep it the one decrep and then start putting some nice levels into that ward. And yeah, Slark, no tail. I wager going to be going for the Midas build up as well.
Yep. Absolutely. And Bat, it's jungle time. It's just crazy how this Batrider, you can have a terrible time in the off lane and still get 9-10 minute blink daggers. And he hasn't had a terrible time. He's done alright. He's got a few CS here or there. He's contested the Oracle quite a bit. He got the kill with the help of the Death Prophet as well, so he'll quickly power farm his way up towards the game. Is there an Omni Slash? He just hit level 6.
Is he have to commit it? He might have to. Yep. Getting too close to the tower. CTY will slam down the R, and yeah, certainly will be worth it here.
CTY doing CTY things with his skill build too, going for this greedy mass stats build. 6.84 all over again. 6.83. We still don't even know which patch it was anymore. Things of the past. We forgot about those patches. No more of that.
Yeah,
And
we
I
want to
think-
forget it. Troll sniper. Yeah, no thanks. All right, now
We'll take our this is the OS frog patch. Is what we're at right now. I'll take that over the troll sniper for now at least.
looks like they'll be able to do a little bit of dewarding here at the bottom lane. No Tail continues to farm up, but Moon also forfeits the off lane here and is looking for some fight potential. They know that he's off the radar though, and it's still nightfall, so I wonder if EHOME still want to get something extra out of this before the 8-minute is to strike here. Where is our... it looks like he's just going to do some pulls,
yeah,
so
pulling.
guess they're not going to make anything extra out of it.
Pugna coming bottom needs to be a bit careful here.
Stun, roll, and there comes Moon right into a Sunstrike, and that will lead to the kill.
Yep. So the offlane are like coming. Oracle's taking over the offlane though, so they're not missing out on that top XP if it gets pushed out. And Oracle getting a decent time level 6 in preparation for a Batrider blink. You're expecting that around the 10-minute mark, so you want to try and get Oracle level 6 as fast as possible at this stage.
Looks like 8-minute rune to come up right here. Fly wants to be first on the scene, but Old Chicken is going to be the one who actually nabs it on up. Moon charging out, looking to go for another grab here on Lanham, who just returned from the last takedown, and they're going in deep under the tier 2. Lanham's ward's already down, but it's not going to matter too much. But No Tail eating a lot of damage here. We'll be able to sidestep.
Has level 8, so he's going to heal up as well.
Ouch. Ward will sting him on the way out, but the damage had already been done, and they will have back-to-back takedowns on the Pug now. Started 2-0 and is now going to be down to 2-2.
Really good rotations from Moon. So last time he was playing Spirit Breaker, it was the same thing where he kind of got a good start, got a bit out of the lane, like level 4, level 5, and then it's just happy. He doesn't even wait for level 6. He starts charging, getting kills, setting up for that tier 1 safe lane tower to start getting pressured, and there's not really much EHOME can do about it when you go for this kind of greedy jug build. You can rotate if you have Omni Slash, but even then you don't really want to because you've got level 1 Blade Fury, so you are fairly vulnerable.
This is a farming game, it looks like, for CTY, unless the opportunity does approach, and Lanham back again. Oh, stealth to Crevify, but that only enhances the Sunstrike damage, and then Moon will set it all up with his Nether Strike. 4-4. Started 1-4, and OG quick on a 3-kill streak right now. Getting themselves right back into the mix, making the most of out of this timing window while they got it, because this Batrider is going to be having his blink, and EHOME are going to go back on the prowl here soon.
That blink, just one creep camp away from it.
Who's your top priority here for this lasso right now? Is it going down and getting No Tail while he's fresh on his Midas?
Invoker. Invoker's a higher percent kill. You don't because it's like he may just manage to get a Dark Pact off.
Yeah.
If he gets mana for a Shadow Dance, you're in trouble as well. He's also not showing on the map, but I think Invoker hands down is the most reliable kill. And Oracle not quite level 6 yet.
But this is where we're seeing OG like very timid. Understands this is probably Batrider blink time, and they're not gonna look to adventure too far from home. Have TPs on the ready.
Kaka's gone back for his Iron Talon, so he'll be able to farm towards Aghanim Scepter, can use the jungle very well at this stage, and
which is great for a Night Stalker. I mean, not so scary during the day, of course, but that means at any point he could just find the farm outside of the lane and remains off the radar. But now they can commit in. Purifying Flames, charge, Sunstrike, kill. One after the other coming in. 4 straight kills for OG.
They decide to kind of ditch him there. The Batrider just wants to go mid, or at least elsewhere. He can't really fight into 3 to 4 heroes. He wants to try and find one of the core heroes who's alone farming, and already OG have rotated bottom, charging bottom lane.
Yep.
Really good rotation. So you charge top, and then you create this false sense of security in the bottom lane, but as soon as they get the kill top, Moon's already TP bottom and has another charge going. Really fast-paced rotations coming out from him, catching EHOME by surprise.
The only one playing pretty defensive is this guy right here, but eventually 11 will find him, scout him out, pull back, but he goes right into Ghost Walk, and they don't have the detection, so they're going to have to pull off, but here comes Moon. Bumps into 11, and
that guy is so fast. Miracle is just insane. He had Ghost Walk invoked before the lasso even hit him. As soon as he got stung by the napalm, he was already going into Ghost Walk. The lasso came, got him before he could Ghost Walk, but because he already had it invoked, he immediately got the cast off afterwards, which saves him from the rotation in from a Death Prophet who could silence potentially, a Night Stalker who can silence, so very quick reactions coming in.
We'll check him for scripts later, I'm sure, but in the meantime, poor Lanham started the game 2-0 and it got taken down 4 times straight in this bottom lane. It's a hard life for a little Pugna, man. And they recognize that he's definitely the easiest target on the map at this point.
Yeah, he's bottom of the net worth, and he's a hero that EHOME are trying to give levels and farm to by giving him the offline risky place for him to be farming, but they recognize it's a hero that can do a decent amount with farm, getting Arcane Boots, mech, or Treads mech.
And as we saw before, it is going to be another old school jug buildup of the Mask of Madness SNY. Bottom lane! Is it going to be 5? Lanham holding out as his team is rotating in, and Moon's just like, I'm not about this life anymore, but Fly, Gets it a bit too close, and they quickly pounce onto the Oracle here. No tails around, but he figures it's going to be too late. He's looking to retreat and will pounce away from trouble. Moon, in the meanwhile, finds an opportunity to TP away, and you know, they get their one pick, but it's a huge commitment towards this bottom lane for EHOME. And are they going to be moving in for a tier 1? They have the sieging power with the benefit of the Pugna, of course, but it looks like they're thirsty for more blood instead.
Yeah, they caught a snippet of vision of the Slark there, but not a hero they can easily grab. And Slark already level 11 is looking incredibly farmed here. No-Tail's had a fantastic game, and EHOME don't find anyone here at the bottom lane, and tier 1 tower is not really going to be worth their time of a 5-hero commitment. OG just going to give this one up, recognizing the situation and farming mid, farming top. Invoker's going to the jungle, so they're getting a lot out of the map right now.
So Arcane's picked up for Pugna. This will probably end up just turning into an Aether Lens later on. Helps him so much. Long range ulti. You can place the ward even more in a secluded spot, making it that much more difficult for OG to take it down. And yeah, it's all the extra benefits of the magic amplification. Mid lane swing and a miss for Crit. Crit is, I imagine, over level 6, so you have yet to see the debut of his Magnetize. It's a big team fight potential that OG have yet to unleash.
I went for the Arcanes. We've seen most of these Earth Spirits go Earn before Arcanes, or even just not go for Arcanes, but...
Earn on Invoker, maybe?
He's going Earn. He's still going Earn, he's just got the Arcanes first.
Oh, Arcanes first, okay. Yeah.
Slight little deviation in what I guess is the standard support build.
Gotta get that mana though, otherwise you really only have enough for the one combo and you're done.
An Invis rune on Death Prophet, not like an amazing initiate, you'd rather get a Haste rune or an Arcane rune at this stage, but still fairly potent with this. Big worry for EHOME is that No-Tail's big item is coming soon, be it the Shadow Blade or the Blink Dagger. He's going to be able to fight and initiate into these fights.
Here comes EHOME. Still Nightfall. Career. They're smoked in from behind. They're going to pop the Darkness now. They're making a move for Moon. No, they're changing targets. They go for Fly instead. The man who might be able to save everyone with a false promise. Can they burst him down in time? Yes, they can. They're also making a move for Miracle. CTY sets it up with a beautiful Omni Slash and will be able to take him down. Crit says, I gotta go, and rolls the hell out of there. EHOME strike fast, take down 2.
And they're going right to Roche too. It looks like that's the decision they've made. They've got Yasha, Mask of Madness on Jug, and a little bit of duration on Exorcism. I don't imagine it's going to be much longer, but this Roche, that Invoker alive, very hard to contest from the OG side. No-Tail will have looks to be a Shadow Blade build up though, because he's got 3k gold after getting a top tower.
Mood charges through, but unfortunately doesn't check into the pit, and it looks like it will be a free grab for EHOME.
They bail, they're scared. They perhaps realizing No-Tail rotated off the lane, and OG actually come in, see Roche at half HP of all things.
Are they tempted to take it over? No, can't be. You got a 11 Bat Rider on the other side.
Ward gets placed on the high ground by Fly though.
Oh, they gotta know.
Yeah, his position gets revealed. EHOME may not be wary of the high ground ward just yet. That's a musty ward.
Yeah.
If you want to try and fight around this Roche pit. If OG have that up, they're going to use that vision.
They have to fight right now if they want to fight without a Nether Ward being a problem, and it looks like they will. They make their charge for 11, bump him back, Kickstone, full silence, Bat Rider, he's going to be going down. Good first move, good first pick for OG. Is it enough for them to move in the Roche and take it from EHOME?
Hello.
With a DD, I think so.
And importantly, Bat doesn't have buyback. I think this is a situation where you might consider buying back if you had it, just because of how big a deal this Roche fight is. But not the case, and No-Tail's still holding money here. He hasn't gone for Shadow Blade just yet. I say that because you generally want either a Blink or a Shadow Blade just for the initiation factor, but he may go straight into something else.
Scotty?
Sell his wand.
Straight stats?
Picks up straight Scotty.
Could be just a trusty ulti orb, but we'll have to see. But otherwise, maybe he just feels the initiation will already be cut by both Spirit Breaker and Earth Spirit.
Yeah. And you can always get Blink as a later item, like after it, because like a Blink Slack, you fight pretty well, but like if you have a Scotty as well, like that's gonna make you pretty beastly.
So now game even back up, 7-7. OG kind of taking it back for themselves as they will control the Aegis and kind of be able to dictate the pace at this. And we really haven't even seen them unlock the full potential yet. I don't even know if I've seen a False Promise, a Magnetize. Their team fight really hasn't been unleashed yet.
Slarking quietly farming as well. So, I mean, when you think about a Stuck getting involved with a fast 20-minute Skadi, you're thinking of a pretty scary, hard to deal with hero.
Yeah.
Nice thing about the Skadi is he gets very tanky and he can actually kind of look to outlast the Omni Slash if he happens to get locked down by a Bat Lasso or get silenced Night Stalker, Death Prophet.
They got a nice tool now in the Yules, though, for this Invoker. Obviously, will set up a lot for himself, but good against the Bat and his Lasso. Good to prevent any sort of crazy Omni Slash damage, which was the reason he actually was taken down so fast in that one confrontation with CTY. But OG seemed to be happy to play the economy game, and are they right in that? Is it fair for them to bank a lot more and just kind of farming up for the meanwhile, and not be too nervous about the potential of what this Death Prophet and Jug could bring forward? It is daytime now, so you'd think it'd be their time to kind of go more on the offensive.
They're starting to. It looks like the group up at top is their kind of big move with Aegis to try and take this tier 2 tower. And the one other thing is that Notel doesn't actually have an item yet. He's got an ulti ult, but he's fight ready, but he's not like a big threat, so they're happy to play a bit more slow paced until he has that kind of first big item, which looks to be coming out on the courier now. So
in the meantime, though, a trade of tier 2s, it would appear Old Chicken committing in the Exorcism. Him and CTY begin to go to work. The Glyph is going to be out, and 11 is going to be happy to clear out the creeps. This is all the meanwhile OG are taking the top tier 2 as the trade. They will take the tower first.
The tier 2 tower trade when your opponents have Aegis is generally alright, but it's put Exorcism on cooldown, so
yeah, so
that this I don't know, I don't think their high ground's in danger, but leaving your base is very risky now when OG are going to be, I think, aggressively looking to fight or fight pickoffs, or at least go push down another tower while Exorcism is down. And this time around you won't have Exorcism to use to get that tower trade.
Darkness out. And we had seen before, this Kaka Night Stalker is actually stringing together some pretty good farm. Working its way towards the Agnum Scepter, but
gets scouted.
Moon charging down, and now he's charging towards a TP out. But it's darkness now, and we'll see. OG have the Aegis. It seemed to be kind of moving down this mid lane while they still have the cooldown favor here against EHOME. Oh, Moon? Thinking about making a go on CTY, but a quick blade response.
And Vision's so poor right now because of darkness still being up.
Yeah.
Just a kind of unfortunate time for them to be trying to get. They were very close to pickoffs there on the Jug, even the courier swooping in, and the darkness just kind of preventing that. And it was just a casual darkness used to extend the nighttime, since it's going to wear off and it's going to be nighttime now. So it wasn't even used to kind of for any like objective on the EHOME side. Miracle boots to travel. It's going to have great mobility, and there's a lot of kind of just split push coming out from EHOME who don't want to fight directly into OG right now. We've had that scary team fight.
And it looks like some Aether lenses are being thrown together here.
Really waiting on the Night Stalker Acceptor to give EHOME that mid-game vision advantage that they want to play around.
Yeah. They have CTY now with a full SM1 on.
Curious to see, yeah, what he's got a Mithril Hammer on the Juggernaut, which could be a BKB. It really is an item against the Exort Invoker with the Yules combo that might just be essential. Like, it's the matchup I've played, but
just to you misuse Blade Fury, or have already used it, need to still get rid of the Magnetize.
Well, he's got level
that.
Blade Fury, so it's got an incredibly long cooldown. So if you get thrown in the air with a Yules combo and he's about to Sunstrike Deathling Blast Meter, you need a BKB. He wants to be a fighter, not have to use Blade Fury. To keep him, like, he wants to be able to turn that one around with a BKB rather than Blade Fury, then you're not right-clicking as well, so BKB kind of becomes an essential item for a Jug in a game like this.
OG, let's make their sweep bottom lane very close to 11, but not close enough. He considers making a move, and will be able to sidestep the kick stun, but can he make it away from No Tail here? No! The Moon's gonna step in, cancel out the TP with a nice little charge, and 11 will be going down.
Some fast fingers, like getting the blink off, but No Tail was waiting and didn't have the time to get the TP off. Still, the kind of plays that 11's in a position that his team needs him to be doing that. Creating space, buying time, trying to keep these lanes as pushed out as possible, so not entirely a mistake for him to be there trying to do that, but OG are just well aware of it and punish it.
Venom gets awarded the high ground, so they will see No Tail there. It's just going into the lane, looking to clear things out. Feeling pretty confident with their position, and now that Bat Rider doesn't seem to be a threat. As will kick stun into a Sunstrike, into a charge, and next thing you know, the Death Prophet is just taken out.
And they got the Pugna Ward too, so
Whoa.
pushing gets a whole lot easier. Great positioning from Crit on the Earth Speed. He's over in the trees on the side, and it allows him to get that Boulder Smash over the tree line, so you just don't see it coming. They use the Fogged Wart to their advantage, and that's while it's nighttime.
Oh.
Lasso grab onto Fly.
They pull him back in, they try to heal him up. He's going to be committing the false promise, tries to heal himself enough, looking to go for the TP, and it doesn't seem that they can stop it, so he's going to make it back safe and sound here, and OG just go out to retreat, but can they catch him on the way? EHOME looking to pursue. Crit makes it away with a rolling boulder, No Tail makes it out with a pounce. Crit's out and safe, No Tail. Oh! Gonna be eating up the Omni Slash, it looks like, and he will end up going down. Oh man, killing spree here for CTY.
Didn't look like they were going to catch him, but just the Mask of Madness movement speed. I've not seen this Mask of Madness in some time, and it pays off there, getting a huge kill. That is your very farm Slack going down, and it's just about a 5,000 gold lead. That's what OG had last game, with around maybe more like the 18 to 20 minute mark when EHOME managed to turn it around. And this is a Night Stalker Aghanims timing coming up. You've got Jug approaching level 16. Bat Rider's 4-staff recently picked up. He didn't actually have it before when he died, so a kind of key item for Bat Rider to have as well when he wants to try and find those grabs. So I think EHOME, things kind of starting to come together pretty nicely for them. It's still just a story of like two very farm core heroes on the OG side, and Death Prophet sitting on 7,000 net worth. Very lackluster, completely void of farm right now.
Yeah, I mean, she did manage to get her Yules, but still pretty flimsy.
Yeah.
And we haven't even seen OG still commit huge into the team fight. But here comes Moon, charging in, set up for Kaka, bump back, and a lot of rinse and repeat here coming up from OG. Another Sunstrike setup does the job, and Miracle will pick up that kill.
No CY, BKB, or Omni Slash though, so OG will get themselves out, and the Shadow Blade pick up on Moon's Spirit Breaker, just giving him that good kind of surprise initiation factor. If there's someone like a Jug who's trying to be pesky and push out a lane, you want to be able to just make sure that you can get hit the charge on him, and then into the Nether Strike, get the full combo. Just prevents that Blade Fury.
This little D ward there will get EHOME the extra space necessary, but here's Moon, Shadow Blade done. OG just kind of feeling good at this point with the daytime that remains. Confident to move forward. And imagine Roche could be a priority in the near future here. It looks like it's got about a minute or so. But the contention could be there from EHOME. Always have that Bat Rider factor. And lots of options to get a good Nether Ward down.
And EHOME, like, they're behind, they're not in the best position, but they're not under huge threat. OG's lineup has Invoker as a decent high ground pusher, but Slack is very lackluster in that department. So it's on a game that OG's going to necessarily secure the next Roshan Aegis with, and then be able to just like group up and push. If anything, they want to prioritize more of the split push and the kind of more sneaky plays, because for them, they've gone for these Lincoln Spheres, which is a defensive item which allows you to split push because you're not afraid of the lasso as much. So I think both Invoker and Slack are going to be much more looking to split the map up, take farm on the side of the map, keep splitting EHOME apart. EHOME want to fight as 5 around their high ground, and OG just going to look to disallow that.
Previous to this, OG did scout out the Roche Pit with a Sunstrike just before EHOME went in there, and now they're looking to play conservative.
Now.
Pretty obvious EHOME is not on the map at all until CTY does show himself here at the bottom. So that kind of gives OG the idea that the Roche is still not up, and EHOME are going to just take the time instead to kind of push them back out. But Moon is on the prowl now. They're smoked up. He's leading out the charge here, and he gets the long Nether Strike, but immediate Blade Fury.
Good reaction from CTY.
Oh, they tried to dust so they could catch Moon maybe under Shadow Blade, but they're able to set the space.
Yeah, the Bat Gem giving them at least enough warning, and Night Stalker Ags with a... And they've got the gem. They're keeping the gem on the Bat for now, which... Oh no, he's actually did off. Has he passed it to the Night? Yeah, he just now passed it to Night Stalker. Yeah. LD had him clicked. I was like, oh, Night's holding gem. He clicks the Bat, and the Bat wasn't holding the gem.
Hot potato. Oh, here's Moon. They see him. He pulls off. Kicks the stone. Got good range to work with. Slows him down a bit. Even a tornado is going to be very flaccid, but
yes.
Intimidation factor, I guess, right there. But can they get in there and contest. Roche down to a third of its life. Nether Ward already dropped. Sunstrike softens him up. Now Moon says it's time to go. They move in past the Nether Ward here, and Jug has already grabbed at the Aegis, and now OG might need to consider getting the hell back, but they can't make it away. If 11 steps in and gets the pullback for Fly, they quickly take him down, and now we're going to see Crit committing in the Magnetize, but oh my goodness, he cannot withstand that mighty Omni Slash coming out. No doubt looking to go in, put it up to work here, but all the meanwhile, Old Chicken is going to be able to just isolate and help take down Moon. Turns into a 3-for-1 right now, all EHOME all day.
Fantastic fight. They just were so patient. They just held their ground in the Roshan pit with Exorcism up, and it's a level 16 Jug with BKB Omni Slash. You don't want to go running in. It's very difficult to contest that as an Invoker. You can't really rely on much to keep you alive against the Omni Slash apart from a defensive Yules, and that was the Omni Slash didn't even, it got the Earth Spirit, but it didn't bounce any of the other heroes afterwards because Crit managed to like split apart from his team, and that was still a terrible 3-for-1 loss for OG. If that Omni Slash manages to continue to bounce over to the Invoker or someone, the fight goes even worse. So great positioning around the Roche pit, and normally it's a team trapped inside the Roche pit losing that kind of a fight, but EHOME just using the vision advantage. And this is why Night Stalker is being banned out by teams like EG in all their matches against these Chinese teams, because it just gives you such great teamfight control. They use that vision just so well.
Aether Lens now complete for the Pugna, which, hey, is not too bad. Long range Decret might be able to be a Linken's pop in this game. And here comes Moon now. And there goes Moon. Oh man, Kaka's like, I don't think so, buddy. Not on my watch. Not during Nightfall here.
I see No Tail, but No Tail should realize this. He loses the ulti effect.
Yep.
Backrider fishing. No Firefly, and I don't think EHOME aren't going to dive deep past towers for a grab. Not when like the Jug isn't even there. He's their main damage dealer outside of Exorcism, and Exorcism also not up. So EHOME are just posturing to regroup at top. Those ultis about to come online. There we go. Both Exorcism and Omni Slash are back. So it's EHOME who can 5-5 and be very strong, and this is with like a Prophet who's 5 to 7k net worth behind Slark, the Invoker. But they make up for that just by having all this control around the vision, around having the Pugna to protect people.
She seems to have been able to almost throw together BKB, which would definitely add a lot to her durability here.
What's going on here?
They have a
Jug's ready to deal with the split push. They're not fully committed to the top lane. I think recognizing that OG are going to resort to this kind of tactics.
Split tactics here, and CTY will be pruning out this creep wave. OG doing a nice job trying to not allow EHOME to get the most out of their Aegis, but
Jug very close to completing the Skadi. Then you'll probably upgrade to the Travels. This is very much the stage of the game where you need Travels for the Jug and probably the Batrider too, just to help keep all the lanes pushed out.
There's that Scotty. But a Yules is the choice for 11. Adds a move speed.
Move speed. It's a great Linken's. It's a Linken's disabler as well, because you don't want to use your Force Staff to break the Linken's, because otherwise you break it and then you can't pull them into your team. So having this just helps give them that extra bit of ability to deal with the Linken spheres.
Gotta be quick on the fingers though. We'll see. EHOME now with the darkness here. They're going on the prowl, but OG have taken residence inside the EHOME side of the map. The safe zone
is pitch black.
Victory dust.
Yeah.
And then a smoke.
Freeing up item space. you don't need that dust. You got a gem.
Here we go.
And they'd just been scattered in the Radiant jungle. Like the Night Stalker had just dewarded. So OG probably thinking they're a little bit safe on this top side of the map, at least for
time. We're good to farm.
Yeah, at least for like a minute until heroes. Like, I mean, no heroes are showing, so you're thinking, okay, are they coming up? Do we have 30 seconds? Do we have a minute? Hold the flame break. And there we go.
Okay. And now No Tail stuck in a bit of a pickle here, and they reserve the big ultis and just slowly slice them down. CTY now dominating. Good catch right there, and I mean, you said it right. OG in the top just kind of feeling like they had all the, I don't want to say all the time in the world, but definitely felt like they had more time than that, but EHOME get their ward.
Moon TP'd instantly. He kind of pieced it together, or possibly was just looking to move elsewhere on the map for his setups. But top lane, for now, being ignored. They want to swing mid with Slark dead. They can force the high ground, or perhaps try and force a buyback if he had one. But
they still have Aegis.
Yep.
I don't know how much time they really have left on it. Not too much.
The split push threat in top lane's been negated by taking out the creep wave, and then the tower dealt with the one at the base, so...
Here they come.
Hard to defend.
They have a great, like, slow sieging lineup too. Pugna, with the 8th lens, you can start sieging tower with those blasts from so far away.
Yep.
And he gets a nice far back ward, and you can see already going to work on Miracle. He's losing about a half of his life. Has to be careful. 11 making his move. Pulls off. But yeah,
the glitch
10
should
seconds.
be enough.
10 seconds, No Tail will be back. Oh, they're going to get the catch. Yeah, he gets shoved right into the lasso, but he is going to be able to rolling boulder away. Gets the assistance from Fly with the help of False Promise, so that will be down. EHOME will take their tier 3 and they will walk out.
Yeah. I mean, trading False Promise for Lasso is still an alright trade for EHOME in some scenarios, because it just allows the Jug to guarantee that when he Omni Slashes someone, they're going to die. There's not going to be a False Promise to save them. And EHOME will back off now. The Exorcism down. Possibly an opening for OG to quickly shove out the lanes and smoke. Okay, they've already smoked. They decide lanes are shoved out enough, and they want to fight around that Exorcism being down, but this is maybe something that should be obvious to EHOME. The other big exciting thing is it's daytime for OG. The darkness is just used, and I think EHOME, recognizing their scenario where they have no Exorcism, no darkness, are just going to hug their high ground.
It's the right call to make, and forcing CTY to make sure he gets back indoors.
No one's getting kind of like even slightly grieved for a bit of farm, and it's just here showing them CTY moves out.
Yeah, EHOME, like, with this win, they have just secured their grand final spot, so it's better to play it safe than sorry.
And this is potentially 2 comebacks in a row. Like, game 1, they were down 5k gold in what looked to be a fairly comfortable OG game.
Look
like
at that.
It wasn't even like EHOME had a comeback lineup where they were going to have the better late game and they were meant to lose. I mean, they kind of were meant to lose the lanes with the support LC, but like I was looking at the game like, oh, it's like 80-90% OG favored, and great turnaround. Similar thing here again. This one, I think more so EHOME had the draft to turn it around because of what the Night Stalker Ags timing does for them, and OG, their lineup just not being as good in a 5v5 scenario. They don't have that big kind of team fight because of the Spirit Breaker pick. That's what I was going to be expecting them to more go for, like a Tidehunter type hero.
But OG know this is daylight and some cooldowns in their favor, so they continue to at least get the lanes pushed back and out from trouble before we play the Roche game once more here. But as you see, Miracle has found himself back on top of the net worth here, gods. 20k for him, even above the Jug now.
Not a player hero to be underestimated in a late game setting too. Invoker in late game is kind of like probably, I mean, better than Zeus, but one of those effectively late game carries. Like, he offers as much and sometimes more than some of the true like physical damage right click carries.
Just does need to be careful here, avoiding out any sort of silences. The nether ward damage could be something that could end up creeping on if not careful.
Yeah, they don't have the best hero to find and kill the nether ward as well.
Yeah, without putting themselves in serious risk. Yep. Here comes EHOME again, parading down this mid lane. They've already taken down the tier 3. Rax is exposed, Exorcism up, Lasso ready. He's taking flight. 11. Let's see, his sonar is going to be able to catch someone out. No Tail looking to make a move for DP. DP pops the BKB, and the Yules here going to be set up. There's going to be the catch of the Yules, looking to pull back crit, but there's the False Promise to counter it out. Still rolling Boulder away from trouble, and now they're looking for Old Chicken still. EHOME, can they be able to force OG back here? Long stun, Death Prophet in trouble, but look at Lanham handing over his life right now, keeping her alive and well, while CTY diving deep with the assistance of the Omni Slash. Not going to be enough to take down No Tail. Have OG been able to hold? It looks like they have. They get out the nice magnetized, good flame break will stop down Moon, but here comes Miracle now, sets up the beautiful Yules. Silence is going to be there. CTY gets a good 4-staff save, but it's not going to be enough. Purifying Flame is going to be the finishing blow to take him down, and now they look for Kaka, and Kaka's got the gem. Will they be able to get him right here? He turns the corner, and he's looking to hustle on out of there, but Moon is going to get the catch-up play, and they'll be able to get him. That's a gem to the side of OG. Lanham now getting picked off, potentially from Miracle here. He's trying to man up on him right now, but no, you can't do that. Cold Snap's going to be there. He'll take him, he'll take his ward, and they'll take the advantage.
Oh, really just great patient play from OG. They just keep everyone alive so well. The False Promise on the Earth Spirit, the Ghost Walk from the Invoker, and not having the gem in range there for when he went Ghost Walk meant the Omni Slash didn't I also just, I mean, where it bounced to. It bounced to the Slack, who was nice and tanky. The damage was split between the Invoker, then onto the Slack. No one went down, and EHOME couldn't secure themselves any kills with that push.
Here's OG now, suddenly on the other side of the map, ascending into the high ground of EHOME's mid lane here, and they're going to start poking at this tier 3. It's not getting enough to entice a buyback, it looks like, from CTY here. So I don't think they're going to be able to do much additional work, it looks like, and they'll have to step back. CTY's return.
EHOME
11 now.
To use buybacks does definitely help them out a bit here. And also, yeah, having this Blink Dagger now just gives them that very tanky carry who can force the fight to begin. Like, he goes in on the Death Prophet, and Death Prophet had to use the defensive Yule's BKB just to prevent the Nether Strike. If you get a Nether Strike off on Death Prophet, even with her BKB, Slack probably gets the kill just through pure right clicks going through the BKB, and also just starts racking up a ton of agi skill. And a lot of Essence Shift procs onto Slack means you're going to probably lose the fight. He can take the Omni Slash better, but Aegis and Cheese could be coming EHOME's way. This is not an easy Roshan though.
Yeah, has been scouted out already from OG with the help of the Sunstrike crit, hustling over with the back end of a Hex-Rune here. And look at that. No Tail, happy to just get in there. Charge gonna be canceled out from the Eagles. There's the boulder on through, will stun up CTY, and now the follow-up here. But look at Lanham, the paramedic, trying to assist CTY, keeps alive and well, and now OG reset, reposition here, and reevaluate what their approach is gonna be. Exorcism's already out, and they're just gonna try their best to dish out the spells from afar here. Sunstrike onto Old Chicken, and it looks like OG are just gonna have to forfeit this one. Good hold from EHOME.
EHOME made a clever decision not to use Exorcism to Roche. They waited until OG got there before they used the Exim. If they use Exim at the start of the Roche and then OG get there, they may have like only 15-second duration on the Exorcism for the fight, but they had the full Exorcism duration for the team fight that went down, which went a long way as far as making sure that OG couldn't contest.
And you're seeing the Death Prophet now become much tougher to just kind of be able to easily burst apart. Now she has that soul booster done.
She can get like a plate mail in there as well. I guess you probably ideally want to get the Octarine core because of how much OG are fighting around the Exorcism being down, but still very low armor. Just the 6 armor, no real boost to it. There's no AC, there's no Vlads on the EHOME side. Okay, they got Vlads on Night Stalker, but I think Death Prophet definitely needs like an armor boost as a priority as soon as the Octarine is finished, or maybe even before, depending on what he decides.
And Moon with his own plate mail here. Oh, CTY pops his BKB so he can just happily slide across the ice and skate his way into a big Omni Slash, and slashes apart Miracle. That's a killing spree of Bounty. Going for CTY.
Just being so close to getting the TP out there. And the Ice Wall actually prevented the Night Stalker from getting in range to cancel that TP.
Double damage.
High caliber Dota play right now.
Yeah. This like CTY versus Miracle matchup. I mean, they're not the mids going up against each other, but it really feels like CTY versus Miracle right now in so many ways. Like they're the big flashy players for their team. They're the playmakers. They're the ones who can win you the game, or in CTY's case, sometimes lose you the games with his questionable plays, but he has been on point all tournament long, and it is such an exciting matchup with these two youngins going head-to-head.
Here they come again. Third try. Can they take down the Rax? Exorcism now committed. There's the ward on out. Make the move for CTY. The silence is going to be there, but they get the Lotus here. It was complete on the Moon. He does it on himself, but now we see a Miracle committing on in with the help of the BKB. Is he going to be able to burst through Old Chicken with all that extra life? Oh, gets healed right on up with the assistance of the Cheese, and now turns it right back into a 180.
It's a dieback!
Looking to go, and suddenly Miracle's going to be down and out. 90 seconds, no buyback for him. He is out for good, and this is EHOME's chance to just take the game and take the series and segue right into the grand finals. Can they do it? Busting back, no tail right now. Not going to be able to burst him down. Crit helps out with a good stun right there. And CTY, going to be Fate's Edict. He cannot right-click right now. It is going to be taken down, and he goes for the Rax, changes course. They move forward. They are going to be able to take down both the Bat and the Death Prophet. Now CTY moves in. Fly with a double kill, though. Gets the response. And no tail. Going to be forced to buy back here. Stun back, silence. Kaka is going to be taken down, it looks like. There he goes. CTY on the comeback. The rebirth from his Aegis here. Blade Fury's away. And him and Lam, 2 survivors right now. Oh, nicely timed with the kick. Waiting for the Blade Fury to stop. Lanham still close by. There's an Omni Slash. And it looks like he's going to go for a retreat.
Not the best Omni Slash.
Ward is down. Lanham trying to help him still from afar. Is he gonna even try to assist with even more? He doesn't have any more mana. Decrep to avoid the additional right click, and look at that. 11's back now, sweeps on in, flame break back for crit.
Promise.
Oh, good magic damage reduction with the help of the Fate's Edict there coming out from Fly.
Oh.
And OG will
A
forced
dieback
to
from
step back.
Invoker and it don't even like secure the win. You don't even get the melee racks off of that. That is incredible high ground defense from OG.
A lot of work from Fly in that one. I'm sure
Yeah.
his hands must be cramping. Oh, he was dishing out so much heal.
Earth Spirit had the Ag Scepter as well to help provide some additional saves. So you had whatever the spell is where you turn your team into a stone.
Enchant Remnant, yeah.
Enchant Remnant. That got the first save off, and then he still had the full promise for the lasso. So all these defensive capabilities coming out from the OG supports. Unfortunately, none of them kind of went the Invoker's way, but Invoker just blew himself up on the Pugna ward more than anything. It was kind of a tricky position where he felt he had to go in and try burst down Pugna, but try burst down the Death Prophet, who saves herself using the cheese. So Invoker really put under a lot of pressure in that fight, and see what the next move's going to be.
OG looking to go on the offensive here. They smoke and prowl down this mid lane. They can get a good catch right now. Could flip things around, but EHOME
Again,
hesitant.
it's during daytime they
Yeah.
make these plays. They get down deep ward, but likely a ward that can be... Oh, the gem was stolen by OG, so no gem on the dire side. Curious to see if they can pick up another one anytime soon, and yeah, all these gems back at the Radiant base.
And OG will just take the time to, yeah, as you said, get down that extra vision here. We'll be forced to pull off. Bottom lane is pushing pretty hard. It's already in the high ground, so they will be forced to get back. But EHOME moving in.
Nice.
11, gonna be in there. Gets the lasso, bumps back crit now too. Gets the pull on for Fly. Can they burst him apart? He's gonna go ahead and get out the Fate's Edict. Enchant Remnant, pull, kick him away to safety. No, not enough. So he's going to be forced to false promise himself to try to stay alive here. And eventually he will pop at the back end of this one, it looks like. But they've already moved forward for the next target. 11 potentially caught out, will get assisted there from Lanham.
But the blink off the Yules, 11's mechanics are just insane.
Yeah, the Decrepify preventing, I think, that little bit of, what, 50 damage? Now Kaka going to get a step back. He also gets it. The ward is going to be down. It begins to go to hefty work here across the team of OG. Fly's going to be forced to buy back here. Moon, right in the mix, quickly goes down. There's the Omni Slash coming out from CTY. It immediately takes him down, and yeah, they don't have the detection to follow up with the additional damage. Crit, nice two-man stun.
Slack and Invoker
Good
both don't
silence
have
right there.
buyback. Heroes cannot afford to die.
Crit is too far out from base. He's going to just be forced to pop the
Whistle's
magnetize.
there.
Get him off right now, and they're hustled back into the base now. Meanwhile, they change course. They're going to get the catch. No Tail is
Slack is
out,
dead.
and he has no buyback. That could have just done it right then and there. Miracle, the last hope for OG.
Tornado stopped the lasso too. Miracle's still alive for now.
Keeping him back. Old Chicken wants some blood here, but
System will be down, but
catch.
this jug will break the base very quickly.
They
Probably have to give up this lane of racks and wait for the Spirit Breaker Oracle to be back, at least, just to have that defensive capabilities. They're also going to be looking for the
Enchant
Remnant into the
Does he
fountain.
have it?
Oh,
Oh, he
you
got
betcha.
it. He got it. Death Prophet into the fountain now. Deafening Blast going to be averted with the help of the BKB, but all the meanwhile, they're still getting the blast onto the racks right now.
Yep.
And eventually the Death Prophet will end up going down. Good pick up there from Crit.
If they can get this meter racks, they probably be pretty happy with themselves, but
Crit bought back.
Earth Spirit.
He's in it now. CTY gets out the Blade Fury here, looking to step back. Now decides he wants to make a move for Miracle.
Suicide
right
for
now,
racks.
down, and
Is anyone going to get it?
he's out. And he has no
Oh,
buyback.
CTY!
Oh no. Oh,
Why?
are they beelining it right now?
Oh, he bought the Abyssal Blade, he committed to it, and as a result did not have buyback. He's 100 gold short.
He'll be fine. It doesn't look like OG are gonna go beeline it down the other
No,
side. They still have time for Roche.
They have, yeah, it looks like there's enough breathing room that it's not going to be too costly. And for OG, you're expecting there to be a buyback. So worst case scenario for OG is you go for a push, you get caught by lasso, you get pulled into a fight while it's nighttime, and Jug buys back, kills you, and then it's game over. So just by the threat of having the threat of the buyback is going to be enough to deter OG from pushing, most likely.
Nice little enchant remnant pull there from Crit.
47 minutes in, and we see 9 heroes without buyback. Oh, that Observer Ward scouting out Kaka here.
He's in trouble here, but there's 11. Pops the Lincolns, Yules up the Invoker. Goes for the Tornado. Wow, he actually gets the catch here. Look at Miracle go. EMP going to be dropped, followed from Moon. They get the Night Stalker down. He's out over a minute. No buyback, and they might get 11. He's out too. No buyback.
Oh! It's Gibbs.
That
Gibbs for EHOME. But more than anything, that ward.
That ward.
You don't expect that ward to be there at 47 minutes in when you're the team pushing. You're the team with control over the map. You have the Night Stalker, but losing those gems ends up completely screwing EHOME over here. And
what's pretty different? He goes Enchant Remnant. He gets the grab. He kicks that Death Prophet right into trouble, and that means they're gonna get the grab. She goes down, and as you said, she does have buyback, but that's a free buyback right now for OG at the expense of just one Enchant Remnant. And here's OG now, looking to swing in the mid lane. That tier 3 gonna be going down. Now for the Rax, they make the committed jump. They know they get Death down, she's out for good, but they quickly pull off.
I think EHOME just need to kind of cut their losses at some point. I don't think they want to force a bad fight here, but CTY possibly with other ideas. Okay, they give up the Rax, trying to play things safe. Need to stay as far away as possible from that Earth Spirit. With the Enchant Remnant coming back up, 5 seconds away, but OG have already TP'd themselves out. They recognize the danger of the respawns onto Bat, Night Stalker, and will get themselves out. What a ward though.
That was the ward that they smoked and were hoping to get a catch on the EHOME, but got nothing and just instead only had that one ward. But that one ward.
I think at this stage you're happier with the ward than finding a catch.
Good.
And now you've bought enough time, Invoker's buyback comes back up, Slark's buyback comes back up. Doesn't have the money for it, but he'll quickly farm it, and that's probably he's telling his team like, okay, it's no longer on cooldown. At least give me some space, give me some room to farm this. And for OG, they didn't lose that mid melee. It was on like 100 HP or something, and that's going to heal itself back up. And suddenly we find ourselves in a very interesting Dota 2 game.
They were also to get that Rax on the bottom lane
Double
too.
Lotus Orbs.
But
God. Double Lotus, double Lincolns. Have fun trying to use Lasso, Omni Slash. Spirit Siphon, I think, also probably gets echoed. Not entirely sure on the
actually wouldn't be bad if
there.
EHOME picked up a couple of Lotus Orbs or something. If it means stopping that pesky Enchant Remnant, man. You could see Crit roll in and just quickly cast the Lotus Orb before he gets it off.
That sounds dirty. Just you both the Earth Spirit and the hero both turn to stone. Then that'd be pretty clowny.
Here comes
I
OG
like the sounds
though.
of it.
Looking for an unexpected play. It worked out for them before, and they might be able to get it again here. EHOME might be just caught with their pants down. They're making their move for Old Chicken, and he's going to get the Yules off, but as he comes back down, it looks like they may be able to get him. They will. Ward's on the high ground, looking to do some work as CTY looks to man mode here from Miracle, but a quick false promise will get him away, averted from danger. Omni Slash goes for the crit! Oh, completely negated Omni Slash from CTY is heartbreaking for EHOME right now, and they're quickly on the retreat, making it back into the base, but it looks like OG might have been able to stay alive and potentially move this into a game 3 here as they're able to take down CTY. He does have a buyback here. No tail though, looking to get the fish for Kaka. Kaka just crawling himself back into the base, will be able to make it into the fountain, but this is OG now going right for the Rax on the bottom. Tier 3 already down, and it looks like the Rax are set to fall and potentially the game.
Yeah, talked about the Death
There it
Prophet
is.
need for armor, and you see it there. She gets the BKB off, but she's paper. She has 8 armor at this stage of the game, a tiny boost from Vlad's, but there's no AC, there's no plate mail, even just a casual plate mail for Death Prophet, and you would have blocked maybe 20 to 30% of the right-click damage that went through the BKB there, and I mean, a lot of it goes back to Death Prophet being very underfarmed for a lot of this game, and the Octarine, the shorter cooldown's nice, but at some point you just need to get that boost to your armor, and man, OG, holding on, turning this game around, that was a true, fantastic world-class performance from OG.